Woo! Woo! Here we are at the Underdogs podcast. Just the three of us. Zach is off on holiday again. He's a bit of a holiday fiend recently.
He's a big holiday fiend.
Sydney or Queensland?
Or is it Queensland?
He's off to some like festival thing.
Do you know, Peter?
It's not Queensland, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
But apart from that, I don't know.
He's left us a soundboard though, so he is here in spirit.
You know what? I actually agree with you this time.
This time?
And I have access to the buttons, so I'm going to do that after every
Fabulous.
question.
You know, it's funny, just on the topic of the holidays, we won't talk about Zach the whole time, I hope.
We will.
But okay, we will. How good is Zach's stories about his holidays coming across as accidental flexes? Do you guys? It's nonstop because obviously we need to schedule things for Underdogs. Like, he's like, "Hey guys, I won't be there," and then it's always like, "Oh, I'm going on holiday," and it's happened so many times in the past, like maybe 2 months. And he's like, and then he's telling a story. He's like, "Man, I'm so tired. Just got off the plane home from America
because he was jet lagged.
Oh man, so jet lagged." And he's like, "Oh, I have so little time to do my work. I'm going to Sydney for this music festival." Oh,
he did
like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Okay, I'm going to start the podcast with a couple naughty words.
And he's not here to defend himself.
Is he got to defend himself?
Hold on.
Shut the fuck up.
He's pissed.
Oh, so I've made him angry.
But yeah, he is. I guess because it's like if you're on the YouTube schedule, you can decide when your holiday times are going to be.
Yeah, no one needs to approve it.
And at the moment, I think, you know.
Oh yeah, in his defense, he's literally done years of not having any holidays because of, COVID and also working really hard. So anyway, he's earned it.
And also, you never have December off as a YouTuber. Well, you can, but like December is when you want to grind, really.
Yeah, I was thinking about going on a holiday in December. Then Sophie was like, you sure about that one?
Not sure if we're paying the bills yet. But something that's been going on in the world apparently is England dying from heat.
The whole UK massive heat wave.
And their money's halved, hasn't it, as well? What's happening there?
Is it halved? I don't know, man. What? British people in shambles.
Their euro's like now worth less than a US dollar.
Oh, wow.
Is that the pound or the euro? Oh, I don't know. Something like that. I heard something like
euro,
that.
Right? Oh, no, I guess the pound is England. I don't know.
I didn't know there was a difference. I thought it was like the dollar and the Australian dollar, like the euro and the pound.
No, they're different currencies.
I got a pound 50 of euros.
I think pound is just England. Or the UK, maybe.
Yeah, the euro is for the European Union.
Like France and
Anyway,
Germany,
they're falling apart, apparently. And it's like, apparently been getting like to 40 degrees there.
Yeah.
Which is like as hot as it gets here, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we're used to it. And our houses are like designed for it.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I've seen a lot of like viral tweets being like, "Oh, you can't compare your thing to us because we have different infrastructure." Rah 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 rah. Because I'm just picturing all the people who are like, actually, it's actually 45 degrees, like at least 13 days of the year here. So you guys actually all just big was. Meanwhile, people are literally dying of heat stroke in their little solar oven houses. Yeah, people die of that shit, like
because the stuff's just not built for it.
For like, especially if you're
people aren't built for it. You're not adjusted.
People. I think it's most like older people or like people who are a little bit like immunocompromised or something. Just someone who's not in a position to really help themselves. It's easy to die from that stuff.
How do you die of heat though? What's the process? You're like, oh, it's hot.
Yeah.
And you fall off.
Yeah, basically. L plus ratio.
Like, what's the moment when you're about to die? Like if you're 5 seconds away from dying from heat.
I assume it would more be like your body starts
get some
shutting
ice?
down, right?
I was saying it's mostly people who can't really help themselves that much, like older people. Like if you're an old person who lives by themselves, you might like not be able to move yourself out of your house or whatever,
Because it's so hot.
No, just because you're old and then you die in your house. I don't know.
I'm talking about the heat.
Yeah, the heat kills you.
Yeah.
But you're unable to get yourself out of that situation.
I don't get it.
Okay, John, imagine you have no legs and I tell you to run out of a burning building. Would you say the lack of legs killed you?
On fire because of the heat?
This is an example. For fuck's sake.
Basically turns into an oven. Yeah, go on.
I was saying, can you like discuss it?
Well,
I'm sick of Peter discussing it.
I don't get Peter's.
Does Zach know?
That's what she said.
There's not a no
Does
option.
Zach get it? That's what she said. Zach does not get it.
I think if you die from heat stroke, and again, I don't know, I think your body starts to basically shut down and your bodily functions will stop working and you'll probably be like in a state of not really being alive.
That makes sense.
You know, like unconscious and then you'll die, I think, would be how it would work.
Have you ever got too much sun and you've had a heat stroke?
I don't think heat stroke. What's the difference?
Sun, it's the same thing. Sunstroke and heat stroke are the same thing.
I've had sunburn.
Nah.
Like bad.
Nah.
I've had a couple
never
of times.
that bad.
It's pretty bad.
Sunstroke's pretty hectic.
Yeah, no.
Are you just feeling hot the whole time?
It makes
Or
you
cold?
super dazed.
A bit of both, and you like don't really know where you are, kind of thing. It's a bit,
like your brain stops
Jesus.
working.
yeah.
Okay, no, I have not had that.
So basically
sounds
that, but
terrible.
then dial that up. You know that they haven't got away from the heat and they're in that state, and
Well,
it just gets worse and worse.
What's going to happen to us when it hits? Because at the moment it's winter here.
Yeah, how hot?
When
is it gonna
summer's coming here, what if they're getting 40? Are we going to cop 50 or something?
be? We might. Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's hope
We
not.
got our houses made for it and we're used to it.
We're
So we'll be fine.
Get the aircon blasting.
Dude, I cop a lot of the opposite side of that one when I'm streaming and I'm like, oh, it's so cold today. And everyone in my chat is
Yeah.
like, oh, what's the temperature? What's the temperature? What's the temperature? And I'm like, oh, 10 degrees Celsius right now. And it's like midnight, like 10 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
And they're like, my maximum today was minus 100. And I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, oh, you probably have central heating in your house. You're probably wearing like fucking like a polar bear's head on your foot just to heat it up. Like,
your foot.
shut up, Northern Hemisphere people. Like, you guys don't get it.
One on each foot, slapping around. Yeah, it has been cold. Holly and I actually finally, my mum got me like a little campfire thing.
Like a fire pit.
That's what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, last year, and I've finally used it for the first time.
That's so cool. I don't
got
need
the
a
fire
pit.
going.
It's pretty fun.
So you
Very
both
nice.
just sat outside in front of the fire.
We did, yeah.
That's cool. What'd you guys do?
I don't know, not much. We just kind of sat there and drank.
Did you?
kinda-
Did you get some marshmallows?
No, we didn't have any
that's the-
marshmallows.
that's the good shit.
That's what Holly said
Did you
as
sing
well.
songs?
No, I was thinking like, why does fire go up though? Do you know?
Because it's hot.
Yeah, that's
What?
interesting.
Hot air rises.
Oh, and it's so hot it goes up.
But all hot air rises.
Okay, well that's solved then, isn't it? I was just thinking, you know what even is a fire?
What even is a fire?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
And then it just goes away.
I think you would love a video of lighting a match in space. It's sick.
Oh, does it go up still?
No. It goes out.
So it's just like a round.
It goes out in a circle instead of up.
Oh, wow.
Like the way a light bulb projects light.
Yeah, kind
The way that-
of. Because like, you know,
Interesting.
hot air
That's
rises because it's
crazy.
going against gravity. But if you're in free fall, the gravity doesn't do that. So it just goes out.
That's
Oh,
so
that's
It
interesting.
just
So
lights up in a
sick.
circle. So Google that one after, Jordan. I think you'd enjoy it.
Once we got the production value to put that,
We
clip
need
on
a
the
big
screen,
TV
Yeah,
here.
then we'll be
Yes.
talking. We can educate Jordan live on the podcast about something every week.
It might be a bit too much.
Yeah, might be too distracting for Jordan. He'd just be spend the whole time going like, "Hey Google, play video of match in
Wow,
space."
really?
Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wind back to Zack Sanford. He's already annoying me.
What else was I thinking? Oh yeah, I had another thought about the fire as well.
Go on.
Yep.
Because energy doesn't go anywhere. Is that what it is?
Yeah, conservation energy. It goes
Yeah.
places. It doesn't appear or disappear.
Every time you light a fire, does the world just stay hotter forever?
Somewhat.
Wow. There you go.
There's this thing called like the global. I mean, it's not global. It's called entropy, right? And it just kind of means that at the end of time, everything will basically average out into the same kind of temperature mess. So imagine like at the moment, some things are hot, some things are cold. You put them in a room together.
Yeah.
And eventually then they'll both be normal temperature, right? They'll both be, they'll even out.
So if I get this
Now,
room,
you put an ice block and a match in the same room.
yes,
You come back after a week's time, the whole room's now the same temperature, right?
is it?
The ice block's melted, the match has gone out,
I don't know
and
if
now
I
they're both
believe
the
you.
same temperature.
What do you mean?
So I've got
How can you not believe me?
a square.
Yep.
Okay.
Now I've got a match.
Yep.
You've got all the tools, mate. What
I
else you
just
got?
have a match.
Okay.
The room's supposed to be the same temperature after a bit. I light the match, throw it on the fire.
Okay.
The room
so
probably
badass.
gets hotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then but over time after that, the whole room becomes the same temperature as
After-
itself.
after
not as
100
the
years.
outside, not as outside of the rectangle.
That's what I mean. So the room has now, on average, gotten hotter.
Yeah, but I'm saying that the whole room, every molecule in the room is now the same temperature.
But what? No.
You're going to have to just work with me here.
No,
Jordan.
no. This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense because when you light a match, it gets hotter than it was before. You don't light the match, the rest of the room gets cold. Does it?
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all. I think you're on the wrong track here,
confusing.
Jordan.
I think what Peter's saying, now I'm also confused because you've confused me or maybe Peter's confused me, but if you light it, then the whole room will get hotter and then the whole room will be the same temperature, which is slightly hotter.
But how did it all get hotter? It should be
match.
the same
Why?
because conservation of energy.
Jordan,
Where did you get the heat from?
The match.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, that's just a old bit of Ollie
Ollie's
popping
going
off. Basically, Jordan, there's different types of energy. So the energy, the chemical energy stored in the match gets turned into heat energy.
I get it now.
So the amount of energy is the same. It's just a different form.
Okay.
But what I'm saying,
So we could run out of chemicals if we keep lighting fires.
exactly,
I
over
get it
time,
now. I
the
get it.
entire universe just becomes the same average temperature shit. And it's just all the same, no chemical energy, all just a lukewarm nothing.
If we run out of all the chemicals.
Everything, like every reaction stops happening. And now there's no, for a chemical reaction to happen, you need two different things.
Yes.
If everything's the same, no more chemical reactions will ever happen. And they think that'll happen in what, like 100 trillion years or something to the universe.
That's pretty hype.
It's not
That's
that hype.
hype.
It's pretty not hype because
That
then
sounds the opposite of hype.
Nothing will happen anymore.
yeah, no life will ever arise, no stars will ever exist. It's just over.
That's pretty grim.
Pretty
actually.
not hype, honestly.
So the Big Bang then.
Oh no, I went too stupid.
something else.
We need to move on.
Got into space.
We
big
can't
time.
do space.
We
We always
always
talk
talk
about
space.
Space is so
It's
interesting.
because we've brought up. I'm sure it's supposed to like ask some questions, and then obviously the weirdest thing is space.
That's actually the next guest we need is someone that's an expert on space.
And Jordan just quizzes them the
And
whole
we
time.
just- we
yes.
grill 'em.
That would be amazing, actually.
We get like Neil deGrasse Tyson or something
That
on
would
the
be
pod.
incredible. If you're
And Jordan goes this like stupid and he just hangs up.
if you're a scientist, message.
If you're a space expert, that's what we
Oh
need.
yes.
Scientist is
Astronauts.
good too.
Yeah, any NASA aerospace engineers that
Maybe
watch
we
the
just need
pod.
we might need some experts to come on and educate us on some of our favorite topics,
That would be very
such
funny.
as space. I feel like that's one we always talk about.
The problem is they still don't know, do they? Some of them.
I think. What do you mean?
I mean, you don't know everything, but I
Yeah.
think what a very good communicator of these things does
Simplify.
is they also simplify, but they admit when they don't know something, you know?
That's cool.
Because you can't know everything, and
Yeah.
some people they're like, actually, they'll try and work it out. And it takes a lot of practice to be like, actually, I don't know.
Not sure
no
about that
idea.
one.
That's a great question, especially when you're talking to kids
Yeah.
because they don't get it. They don't. They like you're an adult, you know everything.
and you
Yeah.
also get found out from a kid because they'll keep going, why?
And then you're like, just because.
Because I said so.
Oh, that was the worst. Your parents.
Oh, dude.
Because I said so.
I think I've made like a pact to myself in my own mind that if I ever have kids, I'm never going to say because I said so.
Oh.
Yes, that and because life isn't fair. Did you
No,
ever
that
cop
is
to
true.
that?
No, that is true.
No,
I
because,
respect that.
Like my parents would be like, you don't get this, someone else get like your sister gets this. I'm like, what? Life isn't fair. It's like you made it not fair. You know what I mean?
But they don't want to have to explain it to you.
Exactly.
No, that one holds up because you can't expect everything to always come to you if it goes to someone else, you know?
Yeah.
Like kids do kind of expect that, and you kind of got to learn at some point that it's not going to work like that.
Oh, fair play.
I think life's not fair is actually a good life lesson, even if it might be applied in a shitty way to you.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
I'm definitely going to be saying whatever the first one was because I said so.
Because I said so.
100%.
Such a cop out.
Yeah, but sometimes you explain something to a kid and they don't get it, and then you go, "Well, because I said so." Because I'm not doing this again. I'm tired, and I have.
I
4
reckon
kids.
it's better to put yourself on equal footing to your children.
What the hell? Hell no.
What, you just get in the crib, start crying, shitting your pants?
Have you seen that video of like the baby starts crying, then the dad starts crying, and then it stops?
Yeah. It's
Wait,
like,
really?
hey, what the hell are you doing?
It's like, what? Because obviously they cry because they want help. So then I guess if you cry as well, they're like, hang on.
Oh, there's no help.
we're screwed. We're just equal. Might be a good play.
That's funny. Before we move on, go on. Last thing on this whole fire situation, energy shit.
Yes.
If you think about it, Jordan, I hope you'll like this one.
Okay.
Right?
I will.
When you light this like fire, when you're lighting this wood up, it's turning into heat energy. Where do you think the tree got the energy to make the wood from?
The sun.
Heat in the first place. It just got stored in the wood for 50 years while the tree was growing, and now you're releasing it back into the universe.
Yeah.
That's heat again.
From the sun, right?
Yeah, isn't that sick?
That is sick.
That's amazing.
I
It's like
it.
that's why people are like, we got to plant trees to reduce carbon emissions.
Yeah.
You know, if you cut down a tree and burn it, You're just returning the carbon to the atmosphere.
Wait.
Respect.
So
Like
that's
they
bad.
just store carbon for a bit. So planting trees effectively does nothing to stop carbon.
What about the oxygen?
It's pretty negligible, honestly. We're not running out of oxygen.
My house full of plants. Guess what I have?
Oxygen.
Lots of
Out
oxygen.
the wazoo.
Smart.
Now I'm more smart.
Wait. So you're saying that the trees are like containers.
Yeah, they're literally little carbon storage things.
When they die naturally, do they still release all the carbon?
Yeah, when they
or does it go into the
they
ground?
get decomposed and like the bacteria that eats them and stuff releases the carbon dioxide.
Oh, so the problem with cutting down trees is because it's too much at once.
Yeah, exactly.
Makes sense. Do you get it?
Did you get it?
Just so you know.
Epic.
Yeah.
I've got something to talk about. If you
Let's
guys
go.
All right, I talked to you. I talked about this a little bit to you, Jackson. I was thinking about how music changes through the eras.
Yeah.
In the main theme of what's appealing to young people. So
You gotta break that concept down for Jordan there because
no,
it's
it's
I was just thinking music is like drugs, isn't it?
it's crazy.
what?
Music is drugs.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say you took a pill and then like, oh, here's this Jackson, and you start going, oh yeah, and then you start just dancing around.
I feel like Peter had a point. I don't know what.
Sorry, no,
Jordan's got a point.
Taking us off topic here, but I just think, like, you know, have you ever been in the car, right, with your girlfriend?
Yep.
Song comes on.
Done that.
Now
Nice flex.
suddenly you're really happy. You're singing along. You're dancing a bit.
You're saying because music can like release endorphins.
Yeah, it's like if a pill did that, you'd be like, well, what? That's the craziest thing
That
ever.
is true. Like you can instantly like change your mood, make you a little
Yeah.
boppy.
Do you think like
Dance
exercise
around.
is drugs, sex is drugs?
Oh, dude, mine is.
Jordan's isn't. Releases, does not release endorphins.
His is a sedative.
Well, anyway, yeah, I was just thinking that music's like drugs.
I think a lot of things that you enjoy have the same reaction as.
But it's just so easy. It's like, oh, just turn this on, sad song. Oh,
Dude, what about
boy,
food? Food
my
is drugs.
day.
Food.
No, I don't like food.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry,
food.
what were you on about?
No,
Peter?
I think that's interesting. I think it's interesting that we're hardwired to enjoy music. I think it's very interesting.
That is weird,
Some
right?
people just don't care about music. I find
No,
that
that's
crazy.
not a thing.
No, it is a thing.
What? They just don't like
They're
music?
just like what do
Not
you listen
into
to?
it.
I don't really listen to it.
No.
Like, what would you do instead? I don't know.
Psychopaths.
Yeah, I
Zach
agree.
barely listens to music.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
a podcast man.
I'm
Yeah.
a podcast man as well. But you still like, surely, no, Zach will enjoy a song though.
I know, but he'll never seek it out.
Yeah, I think that's
He'll
true.
never
I wish he
seek
was
out
here to
music.
defend himself. He's not. But like,
Let's
man.
try a soundboard. Let's see what he thinks about music.
Yeah.
probably is his opinion.
Makes no sense.
Wait. Nah, he likes a bit of music.
He literally never listens to music outside of the car.
Respect.
Like, I don't think he actively ever seeks out putting on music. If it's there, I don't think he's going to be like, nope, not listening. But I think it's more like, yeah. I think
Oh,
it's just-
I'll always put on a bit of mood music.
I love it as well. But
Like cooking some breakfast in the morning.
Yeah, it's
bit
a vibe.
Bit of French. Do, do, do. You know what I
Jazz.
mean? Yeah, jazz. It's good.
Nice.
I like it.
Bit of French.
What does that mean?
Bit of do. What the fuck does a bit of French music? What does
Luckily,
that
I
mean?
speak Jordan, so I knew what he was
Yeah,
trying to
I'm
say.
like,
That's
You
how it
got
goes.
it.
He said jazz.
Yeah,
It was a
French
fucking
jazz.
miracle that you got it. So I was not following the do French. Like, are you talking about like, you know, the do like some
Nah, not
Eiffel
like
Tower
that.
in the background
It's
shit?
like, do-do-do-tsh, or something, and then it's like a and this.
A little bit
What
like
the
that.
fuck are you guys saying?
Just trust me. If you guys are at home and you're having breakfast, you're cooking it tomorrow or today, just YouTube French jazz or French music in the morning.
French music.
Yeah.
French music in the morning.
French music in the morning. You put that on YouTube. It'll be golden. It'll
picturing-
change your day.
Jordan at home, just like, you know, cooking up some eggs. He's like, hey, Google, play some French.
I do that every morning.
Start
You
singing along.
actually say play some French.
Well, I say play some French music
In the
or
morning.
like play
So weird.
morning French.
I need to hear more about this. What other like countries do you play through the day? Like, do you have like, you know, like
French is good for the morning.
Lunchtime Arabic.
yeah, Ethiopian at night.
What are you going with?
No, I usually like if we're gonna have some dinner like Indian, we'll put on Indian.
Oh, do you
music.
actually do
Oh,
that?
really? You theme your music around your dinner?
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
That's dope.
I think music's a great way to get in the mood because if you go to a restaurant and
very
it's like,
atmospheric,
oh,
yeah.
this is it. So it's just like, I don't know, sometimes, oh, we got the curry, put on some Indian. You know what I mean?
So do you have favorites in each genre then? Or not really? You just put whatever
Just
comes
French
up first?
music's great for the morning.
Yeah.
I don't know, just the French sound.
Is it the
great.
same like music every morning, or is it?
Yeah, pretty much the same playlist on YouTube.
Do you have French toast?
No, I just have cereal usually.
That's not French.
No,
fuck,
but it's,
man?
French just sets the mood for the morning. Something about it.
I'm going to try
I don't
this.
know.
I'm going to try this.
I tried Japanese. Wasn't good. No offense if you sing Japanese. But
If you sing Japanese.
It's very interesting to call a brand of music like by its country. I guess it's just like the language they're speaking.
oh, this is all morning like jazz.
Morning jazz.
Yeah.
So Japanese morning jazz.
Terrible,
No good.
terrible. French, they've got the and it sounds great.
I don't even
Japanese
know
sounds a bit
how to
weird.
respond.
This whole calling it by country is the funniest shit. Because like,
What is
when I think of,
Australian
like,
jazz?
I think of like, French.
I don't know.
I think of French house.
Yeah.
And then I'm picturing Jordan just playing some like rave cave French house in the morning. When
No, morning jazz is a topic no matter what.
And then just whatever
English
country.
though is not that good either. It's just like
Interesting.
I don't know. It's a bit too long to talk about this.
this is fucking funny.
I love it.
What were we talking about?
Anyway,
before?
back in my I was thinking, right? So like if you watch music videos from back in time,
Yep.
go back like 20, 30 years, you remember like the whole punk phase? There was like everything in pop music was all about rebellion and punk and all that stuff. It's like
Think about like Avril Lavigne.
Avril Lavigne.
People like this, they were like the rebellious people back in like 2000. What are we talking?
like
5?
Linkin Park.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, living like prisoner of society.
Jordan looks like he's never listened to music except for French jazz. So I think he might be losing
I
this
don't
point.
know.
on him.
Wait, nah. I listened to there
Do you
was,
remember like punk rock and stuff
there
was
was
really
one song,
in?
Fallout Boy.
Yeah,
Fall Out Boy.
that counts.
What's his?
Thanks
go?
for the memories. That's the famous one.
I knew
It's
that
all
one.
pretty edgy, but it's like fuck the authority,
Yes.
fuck the old people.
Yes.
It's not like super edgy.
Yep.
And then we moved on from that to kind of like silly kind of things. So there was the whole phase. There was Party Rock Anthem, Gangnam Style, What Does the Fox Say? Even the house music at the time was pretty silly. Selfie by the Chainsmokers.
Yeah.
Everything was so fucking silly.
And
like
parody music was big then as
A
well.
Lonely Island. This is like around 2010.
Yeah, parody was huge on YouTube.
And then it kind of reflects when I was watching these music videos, because even for the serious songs, they still had silly music videos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I was watching, do you know Levels by Avicii?
Yes.
Like that's not a silly song. But in the music video, it's just a guy in an office who's like meant to be in a normal office, and he's just doing stupid dance moves and throwing papers everywhere and like kicking
right.
staplers, dancing on tables. Everything was so themed about being silly. Now, this story's going somewhere, by the way.
Okay.
There is some interactivity for you guys. I'm not just going to have a monologue. Now, it's all pretty depressed. It's very serious.
Olivia, she needs to get outside. Have you heard her?
Olivia? Oh, Rodriguez.
Yeah.
The one that sings Good For You.
Yeah, songs like that. And then what's the other one? Kid Leroy, usually a bit sad.
I was thinking Billie Eilish, very
a
sad.
bit sad.
There's obviously exceptions to this.
Yeah, I don't listen to that. I'm not going to lie.
Joji as well, very popular. There's like a lot of sad person music at the moment. And I think, what do you think, with
COVID?
all this in mind,
Oh, yeah.
is the next big theme
That's
for
interesting.
all music and pop culture that's going to come? Like, what's the next thing that's going to come? So we had like rebellion, then silly, now depressed. Like, what do you reckon the next big thing is going to be?
Oh, see, for me, I feel like, so I listen to a lot of hip hop, as you guys know. I feel like hip hop's kind of, because I don't listen to that stuff because I really enjoy like the positivity that is usually found in hip hop songs.
Like they're like, I fuck heaps of bitches, and you're like, good for you, man.
Yeah, it's more like the vibe that they're giving off.
I got a big house, and you're like,
It's
fuck
usually,
yeah.
it is usually songs like
Positive
that though, where it's just
affirmation.
like, yeah, I made it now, woo, party.
What's
like,
their
I
favorite
worked
song in
really
this
hard.
sort of genre that we might know?
Doubt It by Kyle. Oh wait, that you might know.
I might know. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just a lot like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I'm just wondering if you have an
Such as
example.
Even among hip hop though, there's a lot of like sad boy mumble rappers.
yeah,
100%.
I'm not
You know
into
what I mean?
that.
Like,
either, yeah.
like even the really popular, like Hotline Bling is pretty, it's not even like, it's not upbeat at all, even though it's kind of ironically upbeat. It's kind of strange.
Yes,
What a banger.
It
That
is a
was
banger.
Jordan's favorite song for it, wasn't it?
I did like that song.
Yeah.
for a
Hotline
bit.
Bling, it's
Yeah.
funny, dude. Watching the music video for that the other night sent me. It was so funny.
It was just in a box.
You're
dancing.
watching, not Kanye, Drake do these dances, right?
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen this, you need to watch it, by the way, viewers. You're watching him do this, and the whole time I was thinking, is this planned or is it improvisation?
Oh, the moves.
The moves.
Surely a bit of improv.
Yeah, but then who let him do that?
Him.
Like both outcomes are equally unbelievable. Because firstly, it's like if this is like planned and choreographed, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
And secondly, if this is improv, who just let him do this and said that's good enough? Final copy. Let's pack it up
Well,
for
I
the
think
day.
he probably just makes the final decision. For a lot of this
Surely,
stuff,
right? He's a pretty big boy.
I was just in disbelief watching it the whole time, being like, "Is this real?"
It is some great dance moves he's got going on in that.
It's not. He looks so awkward. Like even some of the iconic moves are funny, but the rest of the time he's just kind of like moving around, and you're like, ugh.
Oh, I like it.
I mean, dancing is, I mean, all art is subjective, but dancing in particular is very like, you either like it or you don't. Like some people think like, break dancing's like, what are you doing? You're just rolling around the floor, and other people find art in it. So I
Start
suppose,
rolling on the floor.
so maybe some people find a bit of solace and art in him doing a bit of whatever this is, or
It does feel like a pretty true expression of himself. you know?
yeah, exactly.
True. Anyway, back to your topic, Peter. I think mental health is getting a bigger notice nowadays. Have you noticed that?
Yep.
Yep.
So I think it's got to be something mental health related.
Like positive energy.
Yeah, a bit more positive.
Because I was going to say, we're kind of in the mental health phase right now with the depression
Exactly.
type stuff. Do you reckon it's going to like turn
Hopefully.
around?
Yeah. Hopefully it kind of they learn and then they get to it. You know what I
Interesting.
mean?
So it's all about like going to therapy and
Yeah.
establishing
I went
meditation.
to
and all
therapy.
this.
Now I'm a better me.
Oh, let's go.
Meditation, gratification.
Exactly. That's my guess anyway.
Self-reflection. It's just like belting out all these positive mantras.
If any record labels are listening, we've got some ideas.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, that's why I don't really like listening to a lot of music at the moment. It's because it's just like,
Sad.
yeah, it's like, come on, what's this message about? This doesn't get me going.
I feel like a lot of people just relate, you know, and if you don't relate, that's good for you, you know, and so then you might not like it that much, you know.
Yeah, I think sad people music is often some people will say something in a way that, and it's a feeling you felt, but you didn't know how to express it.
Yeah, that makes sense. But why? Move on.
But then you understand. Well, then you can understand what that feeling is.
Oh, okay.
And then you can be,
That makes sense.
that's how I feel, and then you feel a bit better that you're not alone
I
feeling that.
don't think everyone's doing this every time they turn on the radio and then it's a song again.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't think it's an active thought. I think it's just like that's why people enjoy.
Oh,
it.
that's why you like
might,
it.
yeah.
It's like, I
connect
know
with
this
something.
feeling.
yeah.
You might connect with something the first time you hear it, and then you'll just like it after that without really thinking about it.
I get you.
But Jordan, honestly, you're the kind of guy to be like, if you say, yeah, I do this, I'm going to flip. All right. If you're sad.
Can I guess if he does this before you answer?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
go
yeah.
on.
Okay.
Go on.
If you're sad, you would put on the happiest music you could know to just change your mind instead of putting on sad music because you feel that way. You would just like put on the most overwhelmingly positive music, even if you're just fucking destroyed. Just put on super happy music so you can become happy again.
He does that. Oh, maybe he doesn't do that. Maybe he just doesn't even get sad.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it might be more so I'm not getting sad too much in the first place. But I've listened to some sad music before and enjoyed it
Okay.
a bit.
What's like a song that comes to mind?
Yeah, like
Must listen to
My
him.
favorite sad music.
I do hate sad songs.
Bad Day.
That song is not sad.
It's a sad song.
Even when I was a kid and like a slow, because sad music's are usually slower, right?
Yep.
Like say I'm 10 years old, Adele comes on. I'll be like, can we turn it off, please? And she's like, I'm not doing whatever she does.
My favorite Adele
I would
song.
always get pissed. So maybe it's just like from birth. It's just a thing I
You
wasn't
find it
really
too
into.
slow.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
the slowness, the like, I don't know, because I listen to a song to be like, what's this going to do for me? Let's get a bit motivated. Let's get positive.
Let's
Am I
get
right?
French jazz going.
Let's get some French jazz. Let's set the mood. I'm not usually setting the mood to be very sad. So I think you're right.
That's good for you, dude. I'm happy for you. That's sick. I'm
Yeah.
mostly the same too.
What's the sad? XXX Tentacion's got some sad ones, doesn't he?
I don't think I actively listen to sad music, but I think some musicians will put out songs that are sad and I will listen to them, but not because
skip
they're
them.
sad.
I'll
You really skip them.
yeah.
That's so crazy.
Guys in the comments, do you listen to sad music? And
When
if
you're
so,
sad.
why? Does it make you more sad and you feel like this is correct? Or does it give you solace?
I think it's what I said. I think I'm the best.
What did you say?
When I said about whatever that thing
Oh,
was
you
before.
relate. Yeah,
yeah,
it'll be
relating.
relating,
But
for
I think
sure.
also you can like get your emotions out. Like some people like having a cry for some people is very you release the emotions.
I've definitely listened to some sad songs for a bit when I'm sad, but it'll be like, I listen to it 2 songs and I'm like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah. He's happy again. He's golden.
Back to back Adele. Get out of here.
Exactly.
Where do you think it's going? The next genre of
It's hard. Honestly, it's impossible to tell,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
We're
of
just like
course.
spitballing
Yeah.
for fun. I think it's got to do a bit of a 180.
Yeah.
I think it kind of goes in cycles, of like,
for sure.
positive, negative, positive, negative. So I think Jordan's onto it. But I don't know what it would be positive about. Like,
True, because wasn't the 40s and 50s pretty positive and they were killing each other?
oh, really?
I think it's like, let's do the twist or whatever.
There's
it is.
also I think a few Groom songs from back then.
Haven't
I
heard
think
them.
obviously this is a massive generalization.
on.
Not everything fits in this.
Yep.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But like, think about there's like disco.
Yep.
That was freaking groovy.
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
was like early.
Yep.
Well, that was like early
80s,
80s.
yeah.
And then late 80s, 90s became punk.
Yeah.
So it was like super groovy.
Yeah.
Rebel.
Yeah.
Then super silly.
Yeah.
And then depressed.
Yeah.
And so I think it's time for something a little bit upbeat, a little
I
bit
agree.
silly.
I agree.
So I don't know what it would be though. Disco was just groovy, like let's dance.
Yeah, maybe it'll
that's gonna
just
come
be
back.
Messageless music and just happy vibes.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna go with.
Sure.
Just like everyone just happy, but it's not like I'm happy because I've got money. It's
will
just
it be
be happy.
human music from Rick and Morty?
human music.
It'll be human music.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, dude, it's a good
That's
episode.
all right.
I won't describe it, but
Should
it's
we
funny.
move on? You had a topic.
I have a
didn't you,
I want to
Jackson?
talk about the fake IPL. Now, do you know what the IPL is, Peter and Jordan?
Is it
I
the
think you
Indian
know.
Something to do
Premier
with
League?
cricket.
Correct. Yes.
cricket.
Okay.
So
All you Americans in the audience, cricket's
Cricket.
like baseball, but for gentlemen who drink tea.
let me just get the article up so I don't say
definition.
anything correct because you will not believe. Here's the headline, Peter.
I saw
And
this
Jordan.
headline. I
Right.
don't know anything more than the headline.
Gang caught running deep fake Indian Cricket League to dupe Russian gamblers. Right. Okay. So the summary was they basically set up this WhatsApp group, got these Russian guys in, and then broadcast this thing, and then had the umpires had earpieces to say what the bets were.
Wait. So they set up an actual fake game.
Yep, it's on this pitch, but it's
my
zoomed in
God.
like this, so you can only see the pitch. You can't see the rest of it because it's literally just on farmland. And they've got all these unpaid people just like playing cricket. And
Don't they suck?
I was going to say.
They have Russians just have no idea what cricket is. They just want to bet
they
on
just want
something.
to gamble.
So they would get whatever. They say you're going to hit a 4 next, so get out, and then they would get out and they would win money, and they just kept doing this, and then eventually they got busted.
That's
but how
insane.
insane is that?
That's such a crazy money making
so
scheme.
smart.
Wait, just from Russians?
Yeah, well, I think that's the easiest people to scam because they don't know what cricket is, like even remotely know what cricket is.
Why would you be gambling? So, I reckon a 4 next.
Mate.
What a-
What is that?
They're wrong every time.
Well, they literally were.
Surely they would learn pretty
Man,
quick.
this game is confusing.
But I think some people just bet on literally anything.
Some people don't
Yeah.
have too much money.
Yeah, and they're just like, oh, I'll put $10 down. They got the screen, probably like one of 100 screens in there.
Oh, right.
Like
it does
bar
make,
or something.
I think it makes it like especially competitive events more fun with a bit of gambling, I
just
must
put like
say.
$2 on it.
It does happen even at I don't know if this is legal to say, but at Smash tournaments, like,
side
like
betting.
two people are versing, like, oh, I got $5 on
Yeah,
this
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
It makes things hype.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's why gambling is so addictive.
I mean,
'cause it's
do you
fun.
think anyone legitimately likes watching the horses race?
Yes.
Not many of the people who are at the
I
races.
think the owners do, and that's about it. The
Yeah,
rest of them are
maybe
doing it for gambling,
They
right?
always
5%?
chucked it on at school. Oh, but it was because gambling.
Yeah, exactly.
It's only 'cause gambling.
Oh my God, you're right.
Sorry, I'm coming off the flu. I might sound a little bit.
Yeah, even at our
strange.
primary school, they got us on that. It was like, okay, Melbourne Cup's on today. Everyone, pick a horse.
Were you doing that as well? I thought that was just me.
No, we did that too.
Yeah.
So you're basically being born into a bit of gambling.
It's true.
There's this one
Wow.
race in Australia called the Melbourne Cup, and it's like people call it, pardon me, the race that stops the nation.
Yeah.
I don't think young people give a
It's
shit.
definitely losing its hype, especially because of all the animal cruelty and
Yeah.
stuff that's coming
But
out. People have
racing
moved on a
of
bit.
animals in general is just definitely phasing out.
Yeah.
Horse racing is real bad.
Yeah.
And if you don't know a lot about it, it's bad.
Pretty sure a horse dies like once a year in the
Oh,
race.
way more than that.
Oh, that's really?
Oh,
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
Melbourne
yeah.
I
Cup,
was
you
saying
mean?
during the
Oh,
Melbourne
in that
Cup.
one race. Yeah.
Probably, yeah, that sounds about right.
Brutal.
And honestly, even because you're getting like pushed to the physical limits so hard, they like a lot of them end up like coughing up blood after the races and stuff, just because like, And like your heart, like an animal's heart isn't made for doing that, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
Like they're running at their maximum limit for way too long because they're getting like slapped on the butt, told to go the whole time. Like imagine if like, I know you're running to full exhaustion. It's not cool.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
It's not cool.
Probably not.
I think it won't exist for much longer, but I guess we'll find out.
Oh, I've got a pretty funny story to do with debating this kind of topic
Go
of
on.
the horse racing. So the reason I know more about this is because I did this animal ethics unit, which I actually mentioned a couple podcasts ago. I think
it was about pets. We were talking.
Yeah, that was in an Underdogs video that hasn't come out yet. Actually,
You told me something about snails.
yeah. Different unit, but same degree.
Jordan's takeaway.
Sorry. Yep.
Dude, I was giving him the whole spiel about the snails on the fence. Anyway, basically, I did an animal ethics unit, and then you would debate topics during that class with other people. You got given one side or the other, so it wasn't necessarily whether you agreed with it or not, but you had to go with one side. You do that with debates in school and all that stuff. I was in the one about is horse racing ethical?
Yep.
And you got like given a topic, and I was on the no side. And so
Unethical, yep.
we're in front of this class of all these zoology students giving our debate.
Yep.
And whenever you're giving a speech, by the way, guys, do you guys look at the audience or do you look over them?
Over them for sure.
I've heard over them.
Do you do that or?
I haven't given many speeches, I guess.
I haven't given a speech in a while, but I usually just like kind of. I'm not even really looking at people, just looking around.
Yeah.
It's a good strategy because you should not look at the people.
Yeah,
So
yep.
I'm giving this whole spiel about how horse racing is so unethical,
Yeah.
so bad for the animals. Like whether I believed it or not at the time, not really relevant. You still got to really stick with your
gotta sell it.
side.
Yeah.
And then I made the mistake of looking at the audience. And in a zoology degree, there is a lot of a certain type of person,
Yep.
a certain type of female.
Yep.
You might be guessing where I'm going here.
I'm not.
Horse
not gonna
girls.
lie.
Yeah, I was
Horse
I was
girls.
wondering if that's what you were saying. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of horse girls in zoology degree. So
Yes.
I made the mistake of looking up and like dagger eyes,
Wait,
dagger
so
eyes,
you're the one that's
eyes.
saying that horse racing is
It's so
dirty?
bad.
So
I'm
they
saying
like-
it's so bad.
Oh.
I'm saying horse racing's so terrible. And all these people who like ride horses every weekend
Oh,
and
shit,
are
of course.
are all super into it. And they're
Wait.
all like, and they're all staring at me like, you motherfucker.
I thought they might still be against the races, though.
Nah, it's like horse riding in general and all that stuff. It's because a lot of people you get into it for the purposes of racing and all that stuff.
I see.
And man, it put me off so much to see all these dagger
no.
eyes.
I wouldn't have looked.
And then
yeah.
like you have question time at the end of the debate,
fuck that shit.
and like arms flying at horse girls. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake! No offense if you're a horse girl, by the way. I'm a car guy, which is just the same shit.
but it's ethical. Whoops.
Not.
No, I mean it's bad for the environment. It's also bad for the environment.
I
We
meant
all,
for the animal, I guess.
we all got our vices. Anyway, just the shit people were saying. It's just like, yeah, but like, what if I have a special bond with my horse and it likes to be ridden? And I'm like, you don't fucking know that. Like, oh my,
it's a good point.
Oh
Well,
my,
what if?
God, it was not good.
I think horse riding is very different to the racing of horses. Thoughts?
Yeah.
It would be different, but is it really nice on them in the first place?
I think it might be actually. Bit good to go against you a bit here, but it's like, we
the
got
debate going.
got a dog, and it's like, oh yeah, you're good here, aren't you?
Imagine if I just jump on your back, right? Mm-hmm. I put a rope through your mouth. Mm-hmm. And then I pull on either side of it when I want you to turn around. So it's like pulling on your teeth and your gums and shit to turn you. I smack you on the butt if you're going too slow.
But wouldn't
Are
it
you
like,
gonna be
just
like,
kick
yeah?
her in the head then?
Well, they're stupid animals.
No, but you give it a pet, and it's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, because you feed them.
It's a big topic,
If
isn't it?
they kick you in the head and kill you, they're gonna die of starvation.
They could figure it out, I'm sure. I'm sure if they were really pissed, they'd be like, oh, here she is again, the bastard. Boom. Get it.
People say don't walk behind a horse because they might just do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Probably
So
because
how
they're
much-
the rude ones.
I feel like any horse. Anyway, we've gone pretty off topic on this one. Basically, disaster struck in that room, and I think I made many enemies for life. So
Yeah, that does sound brutal.
just because I got given this topic.
It's really funny that you got assigned the topic and they're mad at you for it.
yeah.
It's so unfair.
True.
And what about people on the other side that like really care about the animals' lives? Which I assume there would be a lot of people in that.
Oh,
for the
yeah.
zoo.
And then
Oh,
they've got to
yeah.
go against it.
And they're giving everyone else dagger eyes. Sounds a bit uncomfortable. What were the
is
other topics in that debate?
Oh, there were loads. There was like, are having pets ethical?
Yeah.
Something about animal testing.
Yeah.
Something about like whether fish have feelings and consciousness. Just
Yeah.
stuff like that. And because I think if you're going to become a zoologist and you're going to do experiments that involve animals,
You have
not
to be
necessarily like,
understanding,
like testing them and jabbing them,
Yeah.
but even if just observing them,
Yeah.
you need to be aware of the impact you're making and think about it critically.
Makes sense.
It's just making sure you think about each thing critically. It's not necessarily being like, this is wrong, this is right.
Yeah.
It's just teaching you to actually consider the implications of what you're doing.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, I see. To bring it back around a bit, was there anything more on the deep fake?
Oh, sorry.
or
Yeah, we got off topic so bad.
The fake Russian freaking.
Well, basically, they just got arrested because then they found out, and the
How did they
IPL started
find
tried because it was they were broadcasting it on YouTube every time, and then obviously I guess one of the Russian guys complained about it. It's not. It's really unclear because all the Russian people want to be anonymous.
Yeah.
Because betting what's the word?
Regulated?
Yeah, is illegal in a lot of places.
Oh, okay.
So like these WhatsApp groups are not legal either. So I don't think they really want people to know.
Okay.
Well, because like taxing and stuff.
I would guess so,
I would
yeah.
guess.
Interesting.
But just insane that they got away with it for like 2 weeks.
That is crazy.
I really want to see how bad they were at cricket.
Well, that's the
Have
thing.
you watched any of it?
I'd love to watch a
There
game
is
of it.
This funny footage. Like they're not bad at cricket because every Indian is amazing at cricket.
That's quite the statement.
But
He's not wrong though. He's not wrong.
the quality of like the pitch and the
But they wouldn't know.
they wouldn't have any clue.
Yeah. Wow.
So
Amazing.
It is funny to watch the footage. Honestly, pretty good at cricket. Those guys.
Respect.
That
Yeah.
You know the thing of having like a sweeping generalization like that. Sometimes you get in hot water, but then I feel like a lot of the time, everyone in the comments like, yeah, you're pretty right.
I mean, yeah, they are
It's
good
like
at cricket.
You know when you said like the Pikachu Libre,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
like, Arriba, does that get me cancelled? And then every comment from every Mexican person after that was
like,
like,
we love
no,
that."
we love when people use our culture. Please feel free to say that. Like some people, like they're so sharing of their culture. So sorry, any Indian viewers, if you hate cricket, I'm sure there's plenty of you, but as far as I know, it's like the national sport.
It's
big
more than
time.
that. It's like I
It's
remember
huge.
working
More
with
than
Indians,
that.
and they were like, "If you don't like cricket, you are weird."
Oh,
You're
wow.
like, it's like weird. Even like all the women stop and they watch the test match, and if India are playing, everyone's involved.
We don't really have something like that, do
No,
we?
nothing, not even close.
AFL is a bit of a cultural phenomenon
That
here.
is our
I don't-
biggest sport.
It is, but I still don't think it's not like, oh, you don't like AFL, you're weird. I
Oh,
think a lot of people aren't into
To
it.
the older generation, definitely.
Yeah, more
If
so.
you know,
Okay.
do you remember like on the day of the grand final,
Yeah.
and then people think you're weird if you're not watching it as a kid? They're like, oh, how good was the game? Like assuming you'd seen it.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
Oh, see,
wouldn't
we
know.
would watch it though, so yeah,
so-
a bit different.
So
Yeah.
you were calling other people weird.
Yeah, weirdos freaking out.
Yeah, but even that here, like we've got NRL in like Queensland and New South Wales is more dominant. So
That's rugby, by
Yeah.
the way. We're
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
about footballs, Americans, except not your football or the English football, the other two footballs.
the other two footballs.
But yeah, I wonder if any sport is as popular in any other country. I don't think so. Not that I know of anyway.
Oh, as cricket is in India.
Yeah, it's
Soccer would be huge in a lot of
Oh, yeah,
places.
that's a good one.
Because it's like all they got.
You know, ice hockey
Yeah.
in Canada.
That's
and
a good
that's
one.
a big
Big
one.
one.
Because do you remember you gave us the quote game a couple weeks ago?
Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Man, we copped some flack for not knowing who that was.
Oh, real?
Yeah, people cannot believe we don't know who that is. Have you heard who he is yet?
Nah.
He's meant to be the best hockey player of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And like, you know, like the GOAT.
Yeah.
The goats of sports are like, you know,
Oh, he's
it's
up
like,
there.
you know, Tony Hawk of skateboarding.
Yeah,
Or like,
okay.
you know, like David Beckham, like they're household names. And us not knowing that person, everyone like in the audience is like, what the hell?
Well, that's like a lot of people probably don't know who's the best.
Don Bradman.
Donald Bradman. Yeah,
who
that's iconic.
is-
You don't know who it is?
I do know now though. I did a bit of it because you told me, and I did a bit of googling. I was like, Jesus Christ!
But
Oh, of how good he is.
I would understand if they came from a country where cricket is nothing.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
not know. But I was talking to a Canadian streamer while I was just hanging in their chat talking to them. And they were like, oh, who's the most famous Canadian people we know? And he like said someone
Drake.
like a singer. He was like, I think Celine Dion's a pretty like,
Yeah.
And then he was like, oh, who else? Household name. Oh, Wayne Gretzky, just his second person
Yeah.
off the top of his head for any celebrity,
Yeah.
like from
Wow.
Canada. Like those, and he was like, and I was like, oh, I didn't know who that was. And he was like, surely you do. Surely.
surely it's still big enough in America. America's
Oh
still
yeah,
like
they
all
would know.
that.
I don't know if it's just because like ice hockey's not really a thing here.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
really.
Does they even play it? I suppose
Yeah,
on
they do.
ice rinks and stuff.
They do, but it's like, you know, like I play ultimate frisbee, but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
the
expect
same.
other people to know it. It's like niche sports exist everywhere.
Who's the GOAT of ultimate frisbee?
Oh man, I don't know. It's too young to really have
have a
one
goat,
yet. But there are some pretty good American players. The Americans are they're
Oh, I
dominant.
watched some on the KO the other day. It was
what the other day?
unbelievable. On KO?
Oh, did you watch
Ultimate
the
Frisbee?
World
Yeah,
Cup thing?
yeah.
Because Australia was in the grand final of that.
Oh, were they? I was watching the early
America.
stages. But yeah, they're pretty good. They are pretty good.
Fucking nuts, dude.
Yeah.
They just lay out for it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
dives.
And they're athletes, basically.
Better than my running.
Yeah,
in the Frisbee video.
I think I backed onto the Underdogs Frisbee video and there was a bit of a difference. A skill gap, let's say.
That's so funny, dude. Watching myself run in that video, I was like, oh, come on,
You
man.
don't run like that.
That's what I was thinking.
What
I
happened?
think my big trackies in it, they're filled with water. That's my job.
You did, yeah. You were rolling around the grass.
Yeah, by the way, if you haven't seen it, check out the Underdogs Frisbee video
That was
on the
very
Underdogs
fun.
channel.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. I guess spoilers. Me and Jordan, we did pretty well in the early stages, but fell apart at the end.
We did.
I'm not going to play the blame game because I'm watching. I'm like, I could have thrown it better. You know, we could have done better as a team.
I'll do the blame game for you. Jordan absolutely
I
dropped it.
couldn't run.
You could
Something
not run.
happened.
It looked like you were like on skates, you know, because it was pretty wet out there. And I'm thinking, did you have enough grip to get that
Maybe was
acceleration
it.
going?
I don't know. I was looking at me running. I was like, surely I don't always
You
run
don't
like
run
that.
like that. I don't think so.
You're a bit of a Looney Tunes character on the grass
so
there.
weird.
I thought you were doing a bit at the
looked
time.
yeah, because I remember you guys asking me like, what's happening here? I don't know.
Off camera, are you all right, man?
I was like, I'm usually more of a long distance runner.
Guys, just extend the distance and are we good?
You running 10Ks like that?
Yeah, that can't be energy efficient.
Something happened there.
It's got to be the trackies. I've never really run in trackies.
Dude, I love running in trackie.
It's all right. So it wasn't that then. I mean, I don't
probably
know
not
for you.
sprinting, maybe.
No, you know, I play,
God.
sometimes I play, but they're like light trackies. I don't think it makes a
Yeah.
big difference though. I think shoes has got to be the one because
Something they got
I
me.
was wearing
Something got me good.
my like studded boots.
Yeah,
You can
studs.
dig in,
mate.
get some acceleration. That helps so much.
I remember when I went and played with you and you were like, you should wear studs. And I was like, oh, yeah, we'll see.
Oh,
And
nice
it's
one,
actually
idiot.
so important because you need to be
I
able to
see.
change direction all the time in that.
It's super
Yeah.
funny because after playing for a couple years, like I was just like at uni one day.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, do you want to pick up for my social team this evening?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to, but obviously I have none of my gear.
Yeah.
So I'm just wearing like I think they were like Vans or something,
Yeah.
regular like skate shoes.
Yeah.
Which on slippery grass give you
Nothing.
nothing.
Yep.
And I remember, I think during that game, because I was just in the habit of being used to it,
Yeah.
I ate shit so
Yeah,
many
yeah,
times.
yeah.
And
Oh,
you're not even
God.
on the play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not like in a contest on the play. You're just like trying to make like a run.
It's like halftime, you're running to the drink fountain, falling over.
Dude, like someone's holding the disc 50 meters away from me.
Yeah.
And then I just eat shit somewhere for
Yeah.
no reason. And so I was like, you look like such a moron.
yeah.
Oh, dude. That used to happen to me a bit in basketball when I just have running shoes. And because I don't know if this ever happened to you, Jackson, but I was just so light as a human
Yep.
that when I would stop, I wouldn't. And I would keep going.
That did not happen to
Isn't
me.
that true for heavy people? You have more force behind you?
Yeah, what's that
Something
supposed
was
to be
going.
like?
That's because I was tall, I guess, as well for my
Oh, the high
skinniness.
center of mass, you were like trying to.
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
no,
you would go-
because it's basketball, it's like a bit like netball as well. There's moments where, like, if you stop dribbling, you just need to stop. You can't take any more steps.
Yeah.
So I would go to do that and then just slide, and then they'll be like, you can't do that, travel. And I'm like,
Oh, because sounds like your shoes were no good.
yeah, it's probably that, like a bit dusty, and then I would just be sliding around. So I get you.
You know when you're like holding like a pencil on one finger
Yeah.
and you can kind of get your finger out underneath to balance it?
Yeah.
Jordan's like light but very high center of mass because he's tall. So like the top's going out and he's following it with his finger, but it's his legs and he's just like,
Exactly, yeah.
Sounds like a cartoon. He's just spinning around as he's.
It was very annoying. And then I guess one day it was like, I started stopping, and I was like, thank God.
thank God. I
Must
think you
have
might
been
have
the
just
shoes.
bought some shoes,
Yeah, it
brother.
was probably that.
It has to be that. I don't understand. You were skinny, right? You'll get this.
Light people in the chat, you know where I'm
yeah,
coming
it must
from.
have been the shoes then, not the skinniness. I guess you don't see like little light kids running around everywhere just sliding.
Just like taking off into space. I'm light.
Just reach escape velocity by running around fast enough. Oh, we're having a good laugh with Zach. Been a while since the Zack soundboard.
Is there anything we haven't
Yeah,
used?
there's a few we haven't done.
Oh, we got
Wait,
to
let's
say
try and
something.
we got to set them up.
Okay.
What does that one say? What's the label on it?
Cute. So you
Cute.
two have a conversation. I'll come in with the cute.
Oh, it's gonna be like an or something.
Okay.
Hey man, I saw my girlfriend looked really nice this morning when I came to this podcast. Did yours look really nice?
Oh man, the best.
Yeah. What was your favorite part?
Oh, cute.
See, rad timing.
What was your
What was
favorite
your favorite part?
of your girlfriend? Oh god.
Like a movie, dude. It's
All right,
like,
what
what's
else
your
have we
favorite
got?
part?
We gotta get these all done. Otherwise, Zach's not in the podcast.
Okay. He's got a wow, really.
Okay. You.
Jordan, say something funny. Like say one of your like insane
Say
person
something
thoughts.
funny.
No, one of your insane person thoughts. Something you discovered recently. Like what's something you discovered recently?
Okay. I'm not good at this off the top of my head, am I?
Give us a fun fact.
Trees, they store all the carbon.
Wow, really?
Yeah, they do. I'm not good with coming up with stuff out of nowhere, am I?
Yeah, no, I think you're pretty good.
Sorry, I did put you on the spot pretty aggressively there.
Where are thoughts supposed to come from?
Brain.
Yep.
Haven't got one of those.
I didn't know how else to word it.
Have we got them all
You know
down?
what I mean? Like if you get thought anyway, sorry. There's a that's crazy.
Okay.
Isn't that just like the same as the wow, really?
No, but that's crazy is like I guess it's pretty similar. That's crazy is like, oh, you did something absolutely
I'm going. All right. Did you guys know that only 25% of the people who watch the videos are actually subscribed?
No way. That's crazy,
I know,
dude.
it's insane.
crazy.
Like,
They should definitely subscribe.
You know what? I actually agree with you this time.
oh god! All right,
that's
shameless plugs out the way.
We're done with
Make
that.
sure you do sub though, because these pods they consistently get more views than there are subscribers. So something that a bit sus is going on.
Oh, real? Here
little
we go.
sussy moment.
Oh wow, really?
Wow, really?
Sorry.
No, no pressure. If you get it from recommended, respect, because that means we're doing the right thing. You know, people talk about YouTube stuff like that, right? They're like, you know, only 10% of my viewers are subscribed. I'm like, that's a good thing.
That sounds good to me. Yeah.
That's such a
you're
good
branching
thing
out.
because you're getting recommended. It means you're in the algorithm. You know, if 100% of your viewers are subscribed, your videos are all getting less views than your sub count.
Yeah, basically.
Guaranteed.
It's only the people that are subscribed are your viewers.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not reaching a new base.
You'll never get more than your sub count if 100% is subscribed. So you know, it's actually not a good thing.
So everyone unsubscribe.
No.
Genius.
Joke. It's a prank, bro.
How much time we got?
We've been going a while actually, 51 minutes.
Oh, I've got the perfect story to bring us home.
Okay.
It's an ad that I came up with.
An ad.
And it's the best ad ever.
Okay.
All right, picture this. Dark room, light on. We're in the bathroom, right?
Wait, so it's not dark.
It's light on. So
It
it was
starts dark.
and then light on.
Oh, this is for the
Now
ad.
you can see a shower. It's steaming, and you're going, "Ooh, what's going on in there?"
Yep.
Handprint on the glass. Oh my god!
Someone's died.
Another handprint on the glass. So there's two people in the shower.
Are they like smashing?
You're thinking, pretty sexy.
Steamy.
I am thinking that.
Wait, how'd the light turn on? Anyway, sorry.
It's the ad. Door opens. She goes, "Get out of here!" And you're going, "Oh, what's going on?" And she goes, "All to myself." And then it goes, "Greg shower heads."
Wait.
What the
I'll start again. Two people in the shower.
Okay.
She kicks him out. You're going, "What's she kicking him out for? He's obviously doing a good job or whatever." Nah. She wants the shower all to herself.
Oh.
The shower head's that good.
And then you'd have like some like text on the screen, you know, just like with no words, and it's like
Shower heads
shower so
built
nice. You don't want to share it twice.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and yeah, something like that.
What do you think about my ad?
It's pretty good.
It was a bit confusing.
It's a little bit risque. It's very viral video esque.
Yeah.
Of 2008 viral video energy.
Which was a big thing back then.
Yeah.
Jordan, what would you do to improve my ad?
This is the weirdest segment we've ever had.
For sake. Can we ask Peter first? Wait.
Well, Peter already gave me the
No.
text.
I've got more.
Oh, go on.
All right. So I think instead of starting it with like this black screen, light turns in hand, you should do some very, I guess, shots that imply the sexy time.
Yeah, how
So
would
like
you
you
do
have a
that?
very close zoom in of like a hand going over skin, or like you
that's
know
good.
like someone nuzzling someone's neck or something. Some like very zoomed in shots that are kind of implying.
Even just like a banana on the kitchen,
Yeah.
counter. And you're like,
Yeah,
"Oh, what's that doing there?"
true.
Yeah. And
I
then,
like that.
And then so just some shots that are implying some shit's going on.
And definitely some French fucking music jazz.
Yeah.
Yes. I think it definitely should have a picture in like after the guy's out of her in there and she's like, yes. Like popping off.
Yeah.
And she's just like
What if
swirling her arms.
No, instead of just she actually just comes.
When
Wait,
he
when
gets
he
out.
goes.
Yeah, she gets out and she's like, finally.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, I think we've worked it out. and then it's like showerhead so nice you'll coom twice.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Send it off.
Okay, yeah. How about he's just not even in it at all, and it's just implying that there are two people in there.
Oh,
Then it cuts
and then he
to
was
her
never
just
there.
in there.
Yeah, because she's like, there's a bit of noise or something.
And
And you
it's
hear
just
like
the
voices,
showerhead.
Yeah.
and it's all fogged up. You just hear voices
They're
coming
like,
out of
hey,
it.
honey, how's it going in there? And she's like, all right.
Oh, so he's not even in the room.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Man is getting cucked by a shower.
Exactly.
Respect.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
We should do that. That's a good one.
Or get cucked by a shower. Or make the ad.
Sorry, that ad.
We're going to make it.
I was just like, let's settle it on that.
Oh, that's the final.
final.
answer.
Sorry, should we keep going?
Oh, that's cursed, dude. Anyway, we'll be back next week.
Next week with Zack.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Or we just have the soundboard, so we don't actually need him anymore. So
No, actually, he's obsolete now.
He's obsolete.
As long as he updates them with new stuff every week.
Oh yeah, final words by the way. Good job on last week's podcast with the guest, fellas.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh,
I
right,
did have
right.
the flu, so I couldn't make it. Although, after doing this episode, Zach's copped many mentions, and last episode, my absence was not mentioned one time, you
Yeah.
motherfuckers. Everyone in the comments absolutely in shambles, being like, "Where's Peter? I miss him so
Yeah,
much."
yeah.
I think I saw a comment like that at least. And then not one thing being like, "Oh, he's got the flu this week." I know it's because you got a
You
guest.
know what we
We had
always
Cody.
get in the comments, which is not funny, is, X looking different this week. Oh, shut up.
Wow, Peter turned into a cushion. Wow, he turned into Coney's disembodied head. Oh.
Anyway, don't do that comment. Do a comment of what guest you'd like us to do, actually. We would like to know what you guys would like to see, and we'll try and make it happen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Also, can I have a final thought about
of course.
comments? Just because you brought it up.
Yes.
I was thinking in the car on the way over today. Who are comments to?
Us?
No, I think they're
They're to each other.
Yeah, to the other fans.
But it
All
changes
of the
as the
above.
channel gets bigger.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Because if you have one subscriber, it's to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you have 100 subscribers, it's probably still to you.
Yeah, so what point's
At
the
what
cutoff?
point? And then obviously someone like Mr. Beast probably sees none of theirs.
Yeah.
I read almost all the comments on the podcast. So a lot of them are still addressed to me and us.
I think we're not quite there, but maybe on the gaming videos, for example, I don't think they really are directed to us. There's a different
Sometimes they
tone in
are.
there. Sometimes.
But the tone is different and
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very strange because sometimes it's someone looking for likes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's aggressively targeting the other commenters.
Yep, yep.
So they're like this video if you're watching in 2022.
Yeah.
You know, and some of them are like, hey guys, loved this episode.
Yeah.
For next time, do this. It's so weird.
That is weird. I never really thought about that.
We're in the
Yeah,
middle
either.
ground.
I think we are, yeah.
Guys, in the comments, who is your comment to?
Make sure after every comment you say to and then
Yeah,
who
yeah.
it's, who
To
it's
and
to.
from.
You can address it to any of us. I'll send one. If you address it to the boys, I'll send it to them.
I'll promise if you direct one to me, I will reply.
To at least one of them.
Yeah. To two. Minimum two.
I'll reply to a lot of them.
And Jordan? None.
None.
One. I'll do one.
You'll do one.
I'll do one.
And Zach
I'll
will do
find it.
none, unfortunately, because he's
Yeah.
just a soundboard.
He is
Because
a
yeah,
soundboard.
people.
You know what? I actually agree with you this time.
He is a soundboard.
Such a soundboard.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
Because yeah, a lot of people actually do watch to the end. Last time I said I love you at the end of the podcast, I said if you made it this far, I love you.
Yeah.
There was like 100 comments being like, "Wow, Peter loves me." I'm like, "Thanks for watching to the end, guys."
That was directed to each other, so it
Yeah.
wasn't directed
Yeah,
to
they're
the
going to
fans.
say to. Make sure you say to on the comments. Anyway, I think it's time that we
Shut the fuck up.
okay.
Well done, Jordan.